Well, okay, looks like my microphone's working. Just been doing a little bit of questing today, and I realized I could probably just start up the stream. We've been doing this Tears Hold kind of Valdrakken Accord, whatever you call it, renown quest. We just got to the Halls of Infusion steps, so I have several quests here for dungeons that I haven't queued up, so let's just queue up for Halls of Infusion, Dawn of the Infinite, and Algatharic Helmet. I guess that's how you say it. Algathar Academy. So let's see here. Do I need to do it in specific difficulty? Does it say? It doesn't seem like it. Whatever, let's just do heroic. Specific dungeons. Let's do Algathar. Oh my god, which one I gotta do? Dawn of the Infinite. Dawn of the Chrono Lord Dios. I don't have Dawn of the Infinite. Chrono Lord. Does it say... Crossroads of Fate. It just says Dawn of the Infinite. I don't understand. Dawn of the Infinite. Crossroads of Fate. How's... I am so confused about Galkrons and okay, well whatever. Algathar and Halls of Infusion. Halls of Infusion. I guess I could queue normal if that improves this. The queue. I don't know which Dawn of the Infinite it wants. Defeat Chrono Lord Dios, slay Chrono Lord Dios. Chrono is behind the leader Infinite, he must have led the invasion. I bet Morchi is working for it too. I need to stop these before he runs the tunnel. Okay. Well, I don't know. To the ghouls. Oh no, Lord. Dios. Donna Infant Chrono Lord Dios. Quest. Morzon Rise. Okay. This is so dumb, having to look that up. Okay. Find group. And spend forever in queue. Alright, so it's all the quest, right? It's all of them. These are all raid. I think we have a raid tonight. I just met cutoff with the eye level. It was 445 for our raid to get in. So we, by happenstance, just happened to have high enough eye level to get in. I'll probably still be at the bottom of the DPS charts, but whatever, we can have some fun. I do need to look up the first boss. let me... Actually, we have... Yeah, Avatar Academy, Donut Infant, Halls of Infusion. Okay. Oh, look at that. I was fixing to say, let's look up at the first couple of fights, so we'll be ready for the raid. But we'll be going to be doing heroic. I did kill... I was part of our guild's kill last Friday. We killed Rock on normal. Which is surprising. You don't normally... In the past with this guild, we don't normally clear things so fast. So apparently this is one of the easier raids this tier. Apparently the clear rates are super high. So that explains why we cleared things. Not that, you know, we suck or anything, but I mean, we're just not that great. At least traditionally. I haven't raided with these guys regularly in like since Legion, maybe. So I'm talking shit. It's been a while, so we'll see. Oh my god. Did I get... I keep looking for the dungeon finder up here. Now it's down here. Waiting for a healer? Really? That's strange. I guess they added enough tank classes now that there's now a glut of tanks, huh? I don't know if this is normal or heroic. I don't think I've done any heroics. I've done a few normals. I don't think I've even done all the dungeons yet. As you can see, we're still doing the intro quest for the dungeons, so I don't think I've gotten to them all yet. What's going on? I thought I turned down the music. It just seems so loud and overbearing. Maybe I just need to turn down the volume. All of the volume. Maybe that'll be better. That's pretty good. It's a decent. All right. Let's see.
New students. How wonderful.
Guess that's important.
It
Whatever
has
that
been
is.
quite some time since the academy has been open.
Indeed. Come with us. It should only take a moment to set up for
Oh
a new
my
lesson.
god. That was really annoying.
Please excuse the mess. It has been quite some time since students have been here. I'm just putting together my lesson. Here we are. Long ago, members of the Blue Dragon Flight accidentally overloaded an arcane elemental and created a powerful construct named Veximus that quickly started to wreak havoc. The Blue Dragons battled Veximus fiercely, attempting to prevent it from absorbing stray arcane orbs that
I'm guessing we'd absorb these.
Veximus tried its best to defeat the dragons. It was ultimately destroyed. Well done! Since you did so well on your lesson, feel free to take something from the Good Students Reward Chest.
Good students reward chest. Okay. Listen. It's gotta be normal.
Please, if you could, clear them out while we realign the life magics of this place.
Realign the life magics, okay.
Perfect. We are just about... Wait! Ichistras, there is too much life magic. What are you doing?
Oh, this must be
Me? There is too much nature. What are you doing?
What is that thing? This is your fault.
Absolutely not.
Please, help us, new students.
yeah, this has to be normal. Apparently I burst around 67k. Which I know from the raid is terrible.
Look at this Lishrath arena. Wait, what are these birds doing here?
What are these birds doing here? Okay, apparently this is just here. Alright.
Birds, help us get rid of them. All right, now we need to clear out the big one. I will activate the goals for Lishrath. That is Talentos for you soft skins. Use them to get her attention.
Okay.
At least we know that works.
Tossing stuff.
Yourselves.
Guess that's a mechanic, maybe? Yeah, I've never been here before.
It's too far away.
Okay.
Gloves are up. Take these.
I love that the meat wagon can jump. It's just great. Alrighty. Do 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 do. Yeah. Okay. Don't want to stand in that.
Greetings, new. Who are you? You are not registered here. This room is only for students. These are sacred halls of learning. Only those registered may access them. Learn from this. Poor marks for poor students.
It seems the penalties involved in my out-of-office spell were a bit extreme.
Okay.
Thank you for all your help in getting the school ready.
And where'd everybody go? Where'd everybody go? Is that the end of the dungeon? Oh, I guess that was. Did I finish the quest? This was dungeon. Yeah, we did. Oh, okay, far. Yeah, okay. Very well. Revengeance group. So now we need halls of something. We don't need that one. Just these two. I guess we can go turn in this quest, which is there. Oh, what's up here? Thought it was down. Do 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 do. Key.
This world is full of wonder. Come back soon.
All right. Yeah, sure. Mysterious Grimoire. Oh, this is more Dark Vampire stuff. So. I got my mistletoe. Just on. I need to put the mistletoe out here. Actually, we don't need this anymore. We need. Oh, it's over here. I knew I'd hidden it somewhere. We need to get that out. Then the mistletoe. Oh, it doesn't turn into the... There it goes. Just took a second. Supporting the Storm Researchers. Oh, that was further quests that we were doing. What's the queue looking like? 14 minutes in queue. Alright, I guess we can... Let's turn off the music so we can hear the dun 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 whenever it pops. And let's look up the first boss. The first boss is Guide to every Emerson. Okay. Someone helpfully linked a guide here.
Hey folks, in this video I'll give you a detailed summary of
And I guess I should share that screen. Desktop. Let's do. Where's that? Where's that? Where's that? There it is.
everything important you need to know in order to defeat every Amir Drasil raid boss on normal and heroic difficulty. To kick things off, we have Gnarlroot, the first boss of the raid, who has two distinct phases. During Phase 1, your primary goal is to manage the Lasherads spawned by the boss. These Lashers will appear after the cast of Flaming Pestilence, which also creates AoE swirlies in a cross formation. On normal, these ads will activate automatically, but on heroic, they'll spawn in a dormant state and your raid will need to wake them up. You'll do this with another mechanic called
Swirlies
Control
kill
Burn.
ads?
This
Okay.
targets 4 players of the circle, which explodes after 6 seconds, dealing damage to anyone nearby and leaving behind a fire puddle on the ground. If this fire puddle touches any of
Spread
the lashers,
poop.
they'll activate and deal a light pulse of damage to the raid. Players targeted by these circles should spread out around the room and attempt to awaken as many lashers as possible. Any
Oh.
lashers you don't activate
Right.
and the spells will activate automatically, but on heroic, they'll spawn in a dormant state and your raid will need to wake them up. You'll do this with another mechanic called Control Burn. This targets 4 players of the circle, which explodes after 6 seconds, dealing damage to anyone nearby and leaving behind a fire puddle on the ground. If this fire puddle touches any of the lashers, they'll activate and deal a light pulse of damage to the raid. Players targeted by these circles should spread out around the room and attempt to awaken as many lashers as
Okay.
possible.
Use the
Any
poop
lashers
to
you don't activate
waken
now
the
will
things.
automatically
Okay.
awaken during the second phase, so there's no benefit to delaying this. Tanks will then need to round up the lashers underneath
Alright,
the
so
boss,
we don't wanna
and all DPS
delay
should
it
hard
too
swap
long,
to ads and
'cause
finish
they're
them
gonna-
off as quickly as possible.
They're going to
These
eventually
lashers apply
activate.
a
Okay.
nasty stacking bleed to the tank, so don't be afraid to use defensives or call for externals if the ads take too
Alrighty, well, I'm not used to these queues popping so quickly. I'm used to being in queue for freaking 30 minutes. It's just because I'm new back. They're pushing me relatively new back, so they're pushing me to the front of the queue for a good experience. I wouldn't put it past them. All right, Mr. DPS, it's just your one job. Your one job is to press the button. Ba-da-da. Shouldn't take that long to find DPS. How is it no longer found the... Now we lost the tank and a healer. Q makes no sense sometimes.
too long to die. If too many lashers are active at once, they'll begin dealing massively increased damage and will become immune to crowd control effects, so it's important to get rid of all of them ASAP. In addition to these mechanics, tanks will need to taunt for every cast of Dreadfire Barrage.
Okay, let's go back.
This ability fires in the second phase, so there's no benefit to delaying this. Tanks will then need to round up the lashers underneath the boss, and all DPS should hard swap to ads and finish them off as quickly as possible. These lashers apply a nasty stacking bleed to the tank, so don't be afraid to use defensives or call for externals if the ads take too long to die. If too many lashers are active at once, they'll begin dealing massively increased damage and will become immune to crowd control effects, so it's important to get
What was the
leaving behind a
interacting?
fire puddle on the ground. If this fire puddle touches any of the lashers, they'll activate and deal a light pulse of damage to the raid. Players targeted by these circles should spread out around the room and attempt to awaken as many lashers as possible. Any lashers you don't activate now will automatically awaken during the second phase, so there's no benefit to delaying this. Tanks will then need to round up the lashers underneath the boss, and all DPS should hard swap to ads and finish.
Okay. What is it? As soon as it starts talking about a tank, it pops the cube. I thought it was saying something that there was another mechanic with the tank, but no, it's just the tank needs to round up the mobs. And it puts a stacking on them. Okay. Let's get the music going again. Alright, Mr. Tank, we do actually need you to stay and let us clear. How do I get the raid frames? I want to use raid frames instead of class color with class colors. Button I was looking for, but oh well. Oh, he's mostly dead already. Okay. He started mostly dead. I have technically done this dungeon before. Don't remember it, but I have done it before. Are those frogs making that growling sound? They sound like lions or something. Some beefy frogs. Dazzle. Dazzle dude. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Well, that was a waste.
The winds are always in my favor.
Froggy frog. I wasted a dance. I didn't think about that. Whatever. It's just a dungeon. I screwed that opening up. Broken dagger. Ooh. Croaking dagger? Like cloak and dagger? Do I run faster in stealth? It feels like I do. I think I had just had a debuff on me or something. I was like, there's no way. I would have noticed that by now.
I'm out of range.
Okay. I think this last. No, it's not the last boss.
We'll build a new world.
Why am I not in stealth? Hailstorm and
You're gonna get your death.
she got me in the surge.
Nothing can stop
I suck.
us.
Alright. Boss. This is like a gauntlet or something or other. I vaguely remember this. No. No. Wasting my dance. Ooze.
The elemental will cleanse the
Yeah.
waters.
You got one dance at least. Get some combo points. Do not remember this fight. Is it Orbeez and ooh, oh. Looky there. Rook Halls of Infusion.
Till we meet again.
Alrighty. Well, this is going quickly. We have, I think, about 30 minutes before raid time. And yeah, that's still working. Let's do that. Yep. Let's blank and yep, there we go. Making sure I switch my screen back. Let's finish watching the fight thing because I do gotta get ready for the raid. Goes that one. Where'd it go? There, where? Oh, I gotta kill the music. There we go.
Them off as quickly as possible. These lashers apply a nasty stab
Okay.
as possible. These lashers apply as many lashers as possible. Any lashers you don't act in dormant state, and your raid will need to wake them up. You'll do this with another mechanic called Controlled Burn. This targets 4 players of the circle, which explodes after 6 seconds, dealing damage to anyone nearby and
Okay,
leaving
poop on
behind
the
a fire
lashers.
puddle on the ground. If this fire puddle touches any of the lashers, they'll activate and deal a light pulse of damage to the raid.
Grab all the
Players
lashers,
targeted by these
burn them
circles should
down.
spread out around the room and attempt to awaken as many lashers as possible. Any lashers you don't activate now will automatically awaken during the second phase, so there's no benefit to delaying
Okay.
this. Tanks
It's
will
like
then need
rinse
to
and
round up the
repeat,
lashers
actually.
underneath the boss, and all DPS should hard swap to adds and finish them off as quickly as possible. These lashers apply a nasty stacking bleed to the tank, so don't be afraid to use defensives or call for externals if the adds take too long to die. If too many lashers are active at once, they'll begin dealing massively increased damage and will become immune to crowd control effects, so it's important to get rid of all of them ASAP. In addition to these mechanics, tanks will need to taunt for every cast of Dreadfire Barrage. This ability fires 5 shots at the current tank, each of which deals moderate damage and applies a stacking debuff, causing them to take increased damage from future hits. It's important to note that tanks should only taunt after the entire cast is finished, as otherwise they'll be hit with the final missile and their stacks will refresh. During Phase 1, the boss will also cast Tortured Scream, a burst of raid-wide damage that healers should be mindful of, and Shadow Flame Cleave, a large avoidable cone attack aimed at a random player.
Okay.
After 3 sets of Lasher adds have spawned, Gnarlroot will transition into Phase 2. At the start of this phase, the boss will take
3
99%
Lashers.
reduced damage,
Alright.
run to the center of the room, and cast Doom Cultivation, which has a few different effects. First, as previously mentioned, all remaining dormant Lashers will activate, and killing them off should be your top priority. The boss also sprouts Doom Roots, which initially appear as brown AoE swirlies that deal damage and knock back anyone hit. Once they explode, they'll create a physical root within the arena, and all of these must
we
be
gotta get the
destroyed in
fire,
order
put it
to
on the
return to
roots.
Phase
Okay.
1. You'll accomplish this with Gnarlroot's next mechanic, Splintering Charcoal. This causes multiple soak circles to appear throughout the room, and at least one player must stand in each circle. This will prevent the raid from taking a burst of damage, but it will also apply a debuff to the soaker called Ember Chard. On normal, there are no soak circles, and this debuff will instead be automatically applied to multiple players in the raid. Once you have it, you'll begin taking heavy fire damage until you clear your stacks by running face first into one of the roots around the room. Each time you come into contact with a root, you'll lose 1 stack of your debuff and set the root on fire, which permanently destroys it. In order to efficiently handle this mechanic, I would recommend splitting a raid into 2 smaller groups, with one going onto each side of the boss arena. Since the roots effectively divide the room in half, and walking beneath Gnarlroot during this phase causes you to take lethal damage, you'll need to ensure that you have enough people spread around the arena to handle all of the soaks and destroy all of the roots as quickly as possible. Once all roots have been destroyed, the boss will be stunned for 20 seconds, causing him to pulse moderate damage onto the raid and take 100% increased damage from all
Yeah,
sources.
that burned
As you might imagine, this is
after
the
a
perfect
knockout.
place
Okay.
to use your Bloodlust, and you should ideally try to save any major cooldowns for this point. After the 20 seconds is up, the boss will return to Phase 1 and the fight will repeat. During early weeks of the raid, you'll likely kill Gnarlroot after completing this cycle 2 times, and he'll probably die during or shortly after the second burn phase. Next up is Agira the Cruel. During this fight, tanks will need to stay stacked on top of each other due to Vicious Swing, which causes all of her auto attacks to hit the next closest target. Each hit will also apply a bleed to the primary tank, which serves as the taunt swap for this fight. Personally, I feel that taunt swapping around 8 to 10 stacks felt ideal for this mechanic. The boss will also routinely cast Blistering Spears at random players. These are large AoE circles which create a patch in the ground and tethers the targeted player to a spear.
I hate it when they say that. Like this right here.
Each hit will also is Agira the Cruel, a tank which serves as the taunt swap for this fight. Personally, I feel that taunt swapping around 8 to 10 stacks felt ideal for this.
I hate that statement. Taunt swap at 8 to 10 stacks. No, you taunt swap when you're off tank. Debuff falls off. No, that's the limiting factor. It's the debuff time, not the number of stacks. It's not how many stacks can you take. It's how long does it take for the debuff to fall off. That's when you're off tank. As soon as the freaking debuff falls off, the off tank should take it and allow the now new off tank to start clearing their stacks. That's how you minimize devents. I hate when they say taunt swap at 8 to 10 stacks or 15 stacks. Or so stupid.
This mechanic.
I'm like, how are we're 15 years into this game, people still don't realize that you swap based off time instead of stack count.
Boss will also routinely cast Blistering Spears at random players. These are large AoE circles which create a patch in the ground and tethers the targeted player to a spear inside of that patch. These spears are attackable, and your DPS should kill them ASAP. To make this a bit easier, I'd recommend having the spears loosely spread around the boss's butt, and anyone who isn't targeted needs to make sure they run away. While it is possible to have multiple spears stack on top of each other, this can be a bit dangerous, and I'd only recommend it if your DPS and healers are very confident in their defensive cooldown usage. Either way, this should keep the spears relatively clumped up, making it easier for DPS to kill them while cleaving onto a Gira. The boss will also sometimes cast Twisting Blade, which fires off 3 projectiles that players must dodge. Make sure they run away. While it is possible, 10 stacks felt ideal for this mechanic. The boss will also routinely cast Blistering Spears at random players. These are large AoE circles which create a patch in the ground, and tethers the targeted player to a spear inside of that patch. These spears are attackable, and your DPS should kill them ASAP. To make this a bit easier, I'd recommend having the spears loosely spread around the boss's butt, and anyone who isn't targeted needs to make sure they run away. While it is possible to have multiple spears stack on top of each other, this can be a bit dangerous, and I'd only recommend it if your DPS and healers are very confident in their defensive cooldown usage. Either way, this should keep the spears relatively clumped up, making it easier for DPS to kill them while cleaving onto a Gira. The boss will also sometimes cast
melee
Twisting
take
Blade,
damage inside
which
the
fires
poop.
off 3 projectiles that players must
I
dodge.
assume that's poop.
The
Shit,
primary
there's a
mechanic
circle on
of
the
this
ground.
fight is Marked for Torment. A Gira casts this after reaching 100 energy, and it causes her to begin forging a weapon that'll grant her an additional ability. Luckily, you get to choose the order in which a Gira will learn these abilities, and you'll do this by soaking one of the 3 circles that appears throughout the room. Soaking the left circle will grant her Umbral Destruction, soaking the middle circle grants her Smashing Viscera, and the right circle will grant Heartstopper. I'll discuss each ability in more detail shortly, but as for my recommended order, I would suggest soaking middle, then left, then right. In my opinion, this is how I would rank the abilities from easiest to hardest, so ideally you would want to try and kill a Gira before she managed to gain her 3rd ability. If your group is lacking damage and you don't think you'll manage to kill her until after all 3 weapons have been soaked, I would recommend doing the reverse order, as this way you can get the hardest abilities out of the way early on. It's worth noting though that since a Gira loses her previous ability every time she casts Marked for Torment, the exact order isn't really that important. Additionally, during the soaking phase on Heroic, your raid will need to be pre-divided into 3 separate groups, as soaking one of the weapons debuffs you with
This, I'm beginning to doubt listening to this guy. The order apparently doesn't matter. Like, it's not like he's stacking up all the abilities. That's what he just got through saying, right?
out of the way early on. It's worth noting though that since a Gira loses her previous ability every time she casts Marked for Torment, the exact order isn't really that important.
Why even state that the order? Just state that. Oh my god.
Additionally, during the soaking phase on Heroic, your raid will need to be pre-divided into 3 separate groups, as soaking one of the...
This is just like a pet peeve of mine with a lot of raid guides. There's a lot of magical thinking that people have around raids. Used to be like there were like magical raids, and to be fair, at one point there were like you had certain cutoff amounts for like different raid comp sizes. Like you needed this number of DPS and then this number of healers at this threshold, and then if you went over that, then you got an extra mechanic on this extra boss. There was a lot more of that way back when, but the thing is it still persists. We need this number of DPS. We need this number of healers for this fight. And I'm like, no, you need a healer for every full group. That's the rule. You know, occasionally you need an extra healer. Occasionally you can get by with less than that, but that's your default. Your default is always, if you have 5 groups, you need 5 healers. If you have 3 groups, you need 3 healers. It's not like magic math, you know. Trust me, you always have to have 2 tanks. You know, that's the only given, right? Anyway, yeah, it's this kind of magical thing. I think it's like the gamblers' superstitions, right? That's the way I see it.
The weapons debuffs you with Flesh Mortification, which causes you to take 100% increased damage if you try to soak in the future. If tanks pop a defensive, they can probably get away with helping soak additional weapons, but this debuff will usually kill DPS or healers if they try to soak twice. Now let's discuss the 3 new abilities. Smashing Viscera comes from the middle weapon, and it causes Agira to leap towards a random player in your raid. After landing, Agira will immediately leap again onto another random player who is standing far away. On Heroic, these leaps will also shoot out lines of AoE swirlies after Agira lands. Overall, this mechanic is fairly easy to avoid as long as the targeted players move towards the sides of the room. Next up is the left weapon, which grants Umbral Destruction, a large split damage soak targeted at the primary tank.
Okay.
This deals heavy Shadow Flame damage to all players, but the amount is reduced if other people stand inside the
Soak
circle
with the tank. Okay.
Doing so applies a debuff called Brutalized, which prevents you from soaking additional circles. Agira will only cast this ability twice before she creates a new weapon, so the way you handle it is really simple. During the first circle, any players in odd groups will help the tank soak, and then the other tank will taunt.
Yeah.
When the second circle goes out, anyone in even groups will help that tank soak.
Yep.
Provided your raid is divided equally between odd and even groups, this should make the mechanic pretty trivial. Finally, the right weapon will grant Heartstopper, which causes multiple players to gain a large healing absorb. If the absorb isn't removed by healers, the player will explode and deal damage to the raid, but if the absorb does get cleared, the explosion will only affect people standing nearby. On Heroic, clearing this absorb will also cause the affected player to shoot out orbs from their location, which deal heavy Shadow Flame damage to the first person they come into contact with.
Okay.
For this reason, players with the absorb should run towards the edges of the room, and healers shouldn't remove the absorb until those players are safely outside of the raid. If you don't manage to kill Agira before she casts Marked for Torment a fourth time, there will be no weapons left to soak, causing the raid to wipe to ruinous end. Thankfully, the boss should usually be dead long before this ever happens. After killing Agira, 2 different hallways will open up, and you can choose which boss you'll fight next. The easier of the two is Volcaros, so I'll be discussing him. This boss is a giant serpent who sits stationary in the center of a donut-shaped platform. Before the fight begins, you'll need to divide your raid into 2 evenly sized groups, as you'll spend much of the fight on opposite sides of the room. I want to first touch upon the tank mechanics, which involve 2 interacting abilities. Molten Venom is a stacking debuff applied to the tank whenever they're hit with an auto attack. In addition to dealing ticking fire damage, this debuff increases the damage taken by the boss's next ability, Cataclysm Jaws, a massive physical damage hit.
Slam, okay.
One tank should hold the boss to gain stacks of Molten Venom, and then the other tank should taunt whenever Cataclysm Jaws goes out. This process will repeat throughout the entire fight. The main ability that DPS and healers need to be mindful of is Serpent's Fury. This deals fire damage to the entire raid over 5 seconds, and it applies a debuff called Coiling Flames to a few random players. This debuff will create a circle around the affected player, causing them to deal ramping pulsing damage to anyone standing nearby, so they should move away from the raid to ensure that nobody gets hit. After 10 seconds, the debuff will expire and jump onto the closest player. After expiring, the process will repeat throughout the entire fight. The main ability that DPS and healers need to be mindful of is Serpent's Fury. This deals fire damage to the entire raid over 5 seconds, and it applies a debuff called Coiling Flames to a few random players. This debuff will create a circle around the affected player, causing them to deal ramping pulsing damage to anyone standing nearby, so they should move away from the raid to ensure that nobody gets hit. After 10 seconds, the debuff will expire and jump onto the closest player. After expiring a second time, the debuff will disappear entirely. Throughout the fight, Volcaros will fire AoE swirlies at random players, leaving behind small fire patches on the ground. These patches will eventually despawn, so as long as you avoid the swirlies, your exact positioning isn't super important. One of the boss's deadliest abilities is Scorchtail Crash. This causes a large shadow to appear on the floor, and shortly afterwards, Volcaros will smash down his tail, dealing lethal damage to anyone hit. On Heroic, the tail also shoots out lava waves once it hits the ground. You should make sure to run a bit further away from the shadow, just to make sure you have room to dodge these waves. The final mechanic is Flood of the Firelands. This causes 2 large soak circles to appear within the room, and half of your raid will need to soak each one. When the circle explodes, all players will take damage and be knocked away from the soak, so it's important that you stand off to one side to avoid being knocked into the lava. After these circles explode, they'll also leave behind explode waves.
I'll go back.
The final mechanic is Flood of the Firelands. This causes 2 large soak circles to appear within the
100 energy. Okay. So he does that multiple times. Alright. We should have launches 2 massive clouds that splatter across. Splitting off player on 12 yards, knocking back, creating a hill ball. Fails to hit at least 4. Okay, you gotta soak.
the room, and half of your raid will need to soak each one. When the circle explodes, all players will take damage and be knocked away from the soak, so it's important that you stand off to one side to avoid being knocked into the lava.
Yeah.
After these circles explode, they'll also leave behind
The
a
tank
permanent
almost got
patch of
knocked
fire
into
on the
lava.
ground,
Okay.
and this will force each half of your raid to move in a different direction. Your raid will then remain split for a large majority of the fight, until the fire ends up consuming most of the
Well, that's not
platform,
the
and you
tank.
eventually
Is
reunite
it the
on
tank?
the opposite end of the donut. If you don't manage to kill the boss before the final flood of the fire lands, the room will be
think these are-
consumed in fire,
I've never
and you'll
played
begin to
Monk.
channel
I think that's
Serpent's Wrath,
Monk
quickly
buttons.
killing off the entire raid. It takes roughly
Yeah.
5 minutes for this to happen, but you'll rarely encounter it, as the boss will usually already be dead or your raid will have wiped earlier to a different mechanic. The next boss I'd recommend attempting is Council of Dreams. As the name implies, the fight is against a council
This is
of
probably
3
the last
different
one I need
enemies.
to look at.
All 3 bosses will be active throughout the entire fight, and while they don't share a health bar, they do need to be killed at an even speed, since the bosses will heal if they reach 1 HP before the others. Urktos, the bear, should be picked up by one of your tanks at the start of the fight. The other 2 bosses can't be tanked, so tanks should drag Urktos around the room and position him close to the Dryad or the Fairy Dragon. The tank buster in this fight is Agonizing Claws, a frontal cone that deals massive physical damage. Each time Urktos casts this, he'll use it twice in quick succession, and the first hit will increase the damage you take from the second hit by 100%. I believe the intent here is for tanks to taunt after each hit of Agonizing Claws, but personally I found it was easier to take both hits and simply pop a defensive for the second
Yeah,
Ultimately, either
it's just more stupid folklore around tanking.
strategy works perfectly fine, it just depends on if you want to play it safe or make the tank positioning a bit easier. Urktos will also use Barreling Charge on the tank, and it is critical that your raid helps soak this. When Urktos finishes his charge, he deals massive raid-wide damage which gets reduced the more people help with the soak. On Heroic, soaking the charge applies a 30-second debuff, so you'll need half the raid to help with every single charge. I'd also recommend that tanks aim the charge through the middle of the room, as this makes it easier for ranged and healers to help with the soak. Anyone with this debuff can simply step off to the side and avoid being hit. Now, Urktos has one final a bit easier. Urktos will also use Barreling Charge on the tank, and it is critical that your raid helps soak this. When Urktos finishes his charge, he deals massive raid-wide damage which gets reduced the more people help with the soak. On Heroic, soaking the charge applies a 30-second debuff, so you'll need half the raid to help with every single charge. I'd also recommend that tanks aim the charge through the middle of the room, as this makes it easier for ranged and healers to help with the soak. Anyone with this debuff can simply step off to the side and avoid being hit. Now, Urktos has one final ultimate ability called Blind Rage, but I'm going to put a pin in that and discuss it later, as we need to look at the other boss's regular abilities before we can take a look at all 3 ultimates. Aeriwen the Dryad is pretty straightforward. She summons poisonous flowers around the room,
It's my
which deal
character's
heavy
name, Aeriwen. Oh my god.
damage to anyone standing on top of them, along with light endless ticking damage to the entire raid. These flowers will put a good amount of strain on your healers, so it's important to get rid of them with a mechanic that we'll be discussing shortly. Aeriwen's only other standard ability is Poisonous Javelin, a heavy dot applied to multiple random players in your raid. This debuff can be removed with Poison Dispels, so any DPS or tanks with access to one should talent into it and help out their healers. Once again, Aeriwen's ultimate ability is called Constricting Thicket, but we'll be discussing that later. The third and final boss is Pip the Fairy Dragon. He'll frequently teleport around the center section of the room as the fight goes on, which makes it very difficult for tanks to stack Urktos on top of him. For this reason, ranged DPS should prioritize damaging Pip, while melee cleave off of Urktos and Aeriwen. Pip has an ability called Emerald Winds, which deals raid-wide damage and pushes everyone back. But the real mechanic that you need to be aware of is Polymorph Bomb. This spell causes multiple players to turn into ducks for 12 seconds, and your main goal should be to eat as many poison flowers as possible.
Quack, quack,
After
quack,
consuming
quack.
enough flowers to remove your stacks of hungry, duck players can cast Preen, removing the debuff and returning to their normal form. On Heroic, removing your duck debuff will also turn nearby players into ducks, so if you aren't standing in the right spot, this can lead to an endless chain. In most cases, clearing up poison flowers will be your only goal as a duck player. However, one of the ducks will have a special job that relates to the boss's ultimate abilities, and this seems like a good time to finally explain what those are. Throughout the fight, the bosses will gain energy, and when they reach 100%, they'll cast their associated ultimate. Each of these abilities is cast roughly 1 minute apart. The bear will go first, then the Dryad, and finally the Fairy Dragon. This order will repeat until the fight is over. Urktas's ultimate is called Blind Rage, and it causes him to deal heavy ramping damage that will quickly wipe your raid. However, if a duck player runs on top of him and removes their debuff while Urktas is casting, he will also turn into a duck, causing his ultimate ability to end. On Heroic, the duck ability won't actually line up with Urktas's ultimate, so you'll be forced to bounce the duck bomb between multiple players. This means you'll have a duck ready to go the moment Urktas begins casting, allowing you to interrupt the ability before
Oh
it
my
has a
god,
chance
it's
to
gonna be
deal
a
any
clusterfuck.
damage. When Aeriwen casts her ultimate, Constricting Thicket, she'll leap to the opposite side of the room and begin dealing pulsing damage to the
This
raid.
is a fun
This
fight.
will always line up with Barreling Charge from Urktas, and the tank needs to aim this so the bear and the dryad collide, causing her ultimate to be interrupted. Keep in mind that if your group is assigned to soak this Barreling Charge, you still need to help the tank just as you would with any other charge. Finally, Pip's ultimate is Song of the Dragon, and this is the easiest one to manage. When the boss begins casting this ability, he'll apply a shield to all members in the raid, which absorbs damage taken from the poison flowers. Everyone will need to quickly run on top of a poison flower in order to clear their shield, as otherwise the boss will stun them and deal massive damage upon finishing his cast. Since the Dryad will always summon a new set of poison flowers directly before Song of the Dragon, you don't need to worry about leaving any active if you get turned into a duck. Players just need to quickly identify the spawn location for the new set of flowers and remove their absorb shields before it's too late. While Council of Dreams is fairly mechanically complex for a 4th boss, it has no hard and rage timer, so as long as your group plays it safe and does the fight correctly, you should be able to beat the encounter. The next boss we'll be discussing is Laridar, Keeper of the Flame, which is unlocked after you've defeated...
I noticed he's went away right before right before the boss is all healed, because that dryad was still at like 20% health and the other one was already reviving. All right, that's probably enough for that. I have to get set up for raid. Okay.
Yeah, when I look at that, if there's somebody there
I
that's
just
putting
joined
a
chat,
seed
so
and only
there'll
got
be
like
other people
50%,
speaking.
I'm not gonna
I'm
go
assuming you
and
can
fill
hear
up
that.
their whole thing for 'em. I think some people don't understand that the seeds on the right hand side has to reach 100% for you to get the Drake quests and the Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got quests all up in my logbook. I don't even know what to do with, but
Thing is that you almost never find any of them that are filled up all the way. Only the one that's really close to the super bloom. That's the one that's almost always, like, if you go to that one often, that's the one that's almost always filled up because a lot of people are there.
And
the world boss, right by the world boss, right?
The world boss.
All right, I'm gonna
Oh, the world boss as well.
take
Yeah.
a potty break.
I've always been to the one by the world boss, and I was doing a quest once where I had to like kill. I don't fucking remember. Anyways, it's something. And there was like 3 of those dirt piles. And I'm like, and somebody come up and bloop them, but yeah, I just didn't know which. I've just been saving them now. Let me see how many seeds. What are the seeds called? Do you know off the top of your head?
No.
Okay.
They're called dream seeds.
Thank you.
Yeah, the small and a plump, and then the purple one I don't remember. There you go. It's in the raid chat.
Yeah, I've got 20 dream something. I got 20 of those. And then I got 3. I can't read it. Hold on, I'll link it in the chat.
Gigantic dream seed.
I don't know what that does, but I got it.
That's for a quest.
Oh.
You talk to the lady, she gives you that, and then you summon a pet or whatever, and then you can buy the dream version of that pet using that for the quest.
Oh. Yeah, I was doing the campaign. I did as much of the side stuff as I could.
Alrighty. Good sets.
Check your enchants. If you need something, let me know. I can do them for you.
I need more life.
Oh, I can turn this quest in.
There's a thing called when you do an enchants. There's a thing called let me see if I have it on me. Sagacious incense, and that when you use it, and for 20 minutes, it gives you extra inspiration.
I'm trying to figure out where the Shadow Flame illusion drops from, or is it, given to us when I put points into the illusion goods?
The what?
Shadow Flame illusion. The effect, the look, not the actual enchant, but it's an illusion.
The illusion is probably something that an enchanter for the shoulders.
Nah, for weapons, or yeah, for anything, I guess. I made an enchanter just to try and get it.
Yeah, I got illusion, primal earth, primal frost, air, dreams, earth, fire, frost, but I don't have Shadow Flame.
Oh, I can't do
I
it because
have
I'm in a raid.
enchanted aspect of Shadow Flame Crest and enchanted aspect of Dreaming Crest, but that's it. It says that I'm missing illusion, primal air, primal fire, primal mastery.
The Shadow Flame thing talking about is from that raid.
Just realized you
From
can
Average
hear.
raid.
Say it again, Rolls. I think it was Rolls, right?
Didn't sound like
No, I didn't do me and Will sound the same.
Oh, Fulgur. I'm sorry.
The Shadow Flame's talking about it's from the Average raid.
Oh, so it's from a previous raid.
off the dog boss.
Yeah.
I believe.
Thank you.
Do you guys know what it's called exactly?
The Shadow Flame one? It's linked in my book. Hold on, look at my book.
Your book won't let me click to open it.
Oh, jeez.
Alright, I think. Is it here? Yes.
Yeah, I don't seem to have anything about Shadow Flame other than the crest.
What are you guys talking about?
Talking about Shadow Flame Wreath? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I got
the
that one.
Hydra drops it. It's at the very bottom. Not the wreath. I have the wreath. It don't give the effect. I want the illusion.
Oh,
the Shadow Flame illusion was like a PvP.
Where is the raid?
I'm looking at the last
Down.
raid, Shadow Crucible, and it drops off of Magnorax. Teaches you how to perform the Shadow Flame Wreath enchantment.
Yeah, that's not the illusion, that's the enchant.
Oh.
The illusion was a PvP reward for reaching like 2,000 honor or something like that. Or 2,000 rating.
Nobody sells it. It pisses me off.
Around the wellspring of life grows
might be BOA.
Yeah, it might not be something that you can sell. Alright, so we're missing H-Town, we're missing Althea. Did they say they're going to be out?
Yeah, they're gonna be out today.
See if Black Warlock is on.
He said he might not be able to make it because of the holiday parties. It was in Discord. He posted that like yesterday or the day before.
Yeah, you're right.
No, H-Town and Alethea.
Alethea said she posted something in the healers chat.
In the healers chat? Now let me look.
I have another quest. I'm trying
Oh,
to...
she's at a. She says that she's unsure if we will make it to a raid or not. Have to go to a family party, but we will see.
Heroic version.
That was at 3 p.m.
Honored to meet you.
I don't
My
have
back
enough
is
for...
hurting, so I don't know how long I'll last.
H-Town has to be at work at 5 a.m.
What are these? Just flight stones?
Well, we'll do what we can. And if we can't get it down, we can't get it down. If we can, then they'll get it next time.
Yeah. We did all the upgrades. We haven't farmed any more upgrade mats. Not that one can farm such things.
I don't know if your healers are here, Kraken. Because I see the whole line is gray. But, okay.
Oh, we killed and stuff.
Well, who misdirected him to me?
Not it.
I don't have misdirect on my bar. I don't use it.
I think it was Carabito.
I don't have misdirect.
It was me. I'm being silly.
Aha!
Alright, so you gotta heal the plant so that we get the speed buff. I'm gonna put us in a... I guess we're gonna look for people.
I have no band-aids. I can't.
Sorry. Wasn't paying attention.
Is Jory gonna join us?
I don't know.
Okay.
Wouldn't a bucket of water work?
Oh no. Kraken did.
I got a bucket of water. Wait.
There's fire out, yes.
Down out here.
It's heal.
Oops.
Our healers are AFK. It's alright.
Okay, I guess I go AFK.
No, you press those buttons harder.
I'm sorry, I was still on that stupid tree back there.
Yeah, I was too.
I hate that ability. Shuriken Tornado.
So everybody watch the video.
I watched the first 4 bosses.
Any questions or anything that you want to review about the videos?
Which end is the pointy end? I get confused.
No, seriously. Anything that you guys want to review?
How much hard is gonna hit?
Poop is bad, guys. Don't stand in the swirlies. Pro tip.
Who brought those guys?
Big fight to wear down the first people we can summon.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them that we gotta kill. I think somebody got
8 or 12 on my screen.
I think somebody got pushed into it or feared into it.
I'm out of range.
Alright, let's summon Blood and Light Dragon.
Oh shit! Oh god! Oh god! I didn't do it. Ooh, that was close.
Also, Jory, I think, needs a summon.
There you go.
Oh, Jory as well.
Hide behind Kraken.
Oh, you got one back here. My bad.
Maybe I'll hold off on food till we get to the boss.
We usually wait until we've done all of the ads. Then, when we're ready to do the boss, we do the food.
Oh, thank God you're ahead of me, Green.
What the hell was that?
That's what killed me.
Large stomp.
Yeah.
I got hit by 651,966, and then 39,000 right after that.
That was just to add insult to injury.
Sugar on the cake. Icing on the cake. My bad.
It's cake on the sugar.
Yeah, let Green catch up.
I catch up.
I like ranch better than ketchup.
You make groups.
Like mayo on the chicken.
Big swirly bad.
Come on now. This is trash. If you can't keep me up on trash, then, you know, how are you going to keep me up on a boss?
Why do you believe they will?
I mean, to be fair, the trash does hit a lot harder than the bosses do.
624,000 559.
Yeah, like the other day I was getting one shot on my pally as a tank by the Colossus before a boss. So it was like,
Maybe if you just go over some of the major differences between normal and heroic. That would help.
Well, first I'd like everybody to watch a fucking video. Please
Sorry,
watch the videos.
Sorry, but I didn't realize I was going to until just before, so...
Okay, watch the video, and we got time. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Just watch the video that Jarista put up. It's in general.
Okay,
Watch the first boss, and you should get the ideas of what's happening. Then after you watch it, it'll be easier because then we can explain the fight and you know.
You are too late, champions! Even now, flame and shadow twists its mind! Will you
We're gonna
allow
jump
this
to another
beast
channel
ride
to
in
listen
agony,
to the
or
video.
give it a quick death? I look forward to watching either way.
Oi, oi, oi. So great to be back raiding. Only really get to raid on the weekends at most, though. So this is like my second time back. So I say so great to be back, but we'll see if it holds up. But yeah, we normally raid on Wednesdays and Fridays. And I used to raid a whole bunch, but whatever, I just got too focused on work during the middle of the week, it's hard for me to focus on anything else. And like I'm really obsessive with my hobbies, so like if I'm playing World of Warcraft, I'm an expert. You know, I have to be an expert. You know, it's I don't. It's just a natural inclination for me, you know, to just completely be absorbed in a thing, and I can't do something like casually, which is terrible. You know, like you should just be able to just. It's a character flaw, but anyway, it's good to be back, and I think I could do at least the Friday raids. So that might mean that I miss the early bosses of the raid, and then I'll always catch the second half of the raid only. But I think if I can keep up, I'm so surprised that I got caught up so quickly to get because we just started doing the heroic raid this week, and I got caught up to the gear cap, well, the minimum gear level this patch. Like I hit 70 this patch and got geared up this patch. It was so quick. I was amazed. You're making it so easy to get back into the game.
That when you get those big fire circles, you have to drop them on top of the plants that are on the ground. So what we'll do is, rather than do all of them at once, because when you do all of them at once, you get overrun, we'll do 2 sets at one time, then the 2 sets at another time, and we keep on doing that. Maybe we'll do 3, depending on how it is. But the idea is try and do as many as we can without getting overrun. The ones that we don't get will come out anyway, so we got to get them. If you're wondering, you should have a cleave build, because this fight basically is a lot of cleaving.
Maybe like a holiday set that's not. I know I could pull out the disposable winter veil suit, but oh, I don't have a. You need a snowball. I thought we only needed a snowball in the if it's not Winterville.
Fast bio before the start.
Retharang.
Yeah, so it's going to be odds and evens. Basically, if you're in an odd group, you're going to be group 1.
Well, what do you need the
If you're in an
preserved
even
holly
group,
for if you could do wild holly?
Anybody that's in group 5, well, you do whatever you want. Don't kill yourself.
Can I be in group 5?
Same.
Okay, I just don't kill myself.
That sounds like the fun group.
There was one down cracking by the portal.
Put another one down in a sec.
Oh, I got it.
You got it? Please eat if you haven't eaten. This is the ready check for the buffs. We don't have a priest, which surprised me, so I'm gonna be looking for a priest at this point.
I am raid locked.
One person needs warrior shout. Grab your flask, use your flask.
Ruby trap cache. What's it do? Oh, there it goes. What is it? So one of your allies are come out. Okay, so still. Okay, no. Break out the ultraveil disguises.
Flint Finder, are you on Discord?
I'd say that's a no.
Somebody just typed says I'm in Discord.
Alright, we got 21 and 21, so we're good. Unless there's somebody who's not in the raid that joined us.
Alrighty then, let's get going, please.
Alright. So we're gonna pull, and remember, this is, we haven't farmed this, we haven't gotten this down. So if you're a pug and you're with us, this is progression for us. Alright? So if that's a problem for you and you're gonna leave after one pull, then you're a dick and you might as well just leave now. Right? So fuck you if you're gonna leave after one pull. Alright? Alright. So taking that's taken care of. Now you know how I
Green
really
has
feel
no
about it.
chill.
Please use a flask. And we're just waiting for 2 people.
Bulgor's theme song.
Who's pulling?
Jump in the Fire by Metallica.
Bulger's what?
His theme song is Jump in the Fire by Metallica.
Everybody's ready. Gonna start the poll.
Well, I guess Green's pulling.
Don't have a priest, so.
4, children are safe.
2,
Odds left, evens
1.
right.
There is only darkness and
AOE incoming.
I should have put down flags for the left and right. Would have made it a little bit easier.
Where am I?
Shockwave.
I guess odds is left. I wasn't paying attention.
AOE
I currently have aggro.
Run farther out.
You're not supposed to run out with that. You're supposed to use them on the plants. You see those plants that are inside, that are planted? We left those down, so now we have to wait until we get more of them to kill them.
I dropped mine on like 3 or 4. Yep.
Shockwave.
Right at the edge of the pool.
AOE incoming.
Cleave, cleave, cleave. Bring them down. Don't worry about the boss, just worry about the plants.
shadow and flame take root. Fire roots scorch the earth.
I wiped it up. Too many people dead.
Alright.
Put some flags on. I'll make
Run
a little-
underneath him.
Say again?
Run underneath him to die instantly.
Scorched. Endless.
Run back.
Why can't we mount up in here? So silly.
I mean, I can run at mouse speed for
Yeah,
a few seconds.
They wanted to show off that they can make NPCs that gives us buffs. That's what it was.
Good point. Who's out?
Hey, remember to eat. There's food down.
Where? Over here by a bunch of green people.
When in doubt, look for the crowd.
And a steamy pot of fishtail.
I was in LFR the other day and I put one of these down and everybody who was spread out just swarmed like cockroaches. It was hilarious.
Don't have a mage. Don't have priest. So I'm gonna put down some flags. It'll make it a little bit easier.
Odds to the left, right? Evens to the right.
So odds on the left, evens on the right. If you're in an odd group and you get the circle, try to pop the plants on the odd side. If you're in an even group, try to pop the plants on the even side.
You want to drop the circle right up to the boss where the plants are?
Actually, there's just 4 plants there, so you don't have to drop them right on top of the boss. Just try and do it behind that one. So if, let's say, there's one right here where I'm standing and one in the middle, do that. Leave the 4 that are on the boss, so when he does his explosion, we'll get those extra 4. Okay?
I brought my circle's edge to like the circle that's to the edge of the circle that he's standing in. Like the gray part, the outer big part. I brought it to my circle to the edge of that to make sure I got some close ones.
But you gotta leave room for people to move around. You don't want to be close to the boss.
Yeah.
I made sure of that. I didn't put them directly underneath. I didn't put them on the blue circle. It was just that gray circle, and right at the edge of it, our edge.
Right, but that leaves a heck of a lot of room where there's crap on the ground.
That's plenty of room.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is only darkness and pain.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Shockwave.
See where the plants are? Look where the plants are at, and then when you get your red circle, drop them as on the plants on the outside.
All life turns to dust. Flourish and feast.
Hey, start working on the
Shockwave.
plants. Slow them down with stuns, whatever you got.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
If you got a plant chasing you, run toward where the tanks are at, not away from the tanks.
Shockwave. Watch your feet. AOE incoming.
count the boss off for me, please?
All life turns to dust. Shadow and flame take root. My roots scorch.
Don't let those vines hit you, because if they hit you once, they might actually kill you. Plants are still underneath him. Try to kill the plants before you get to the vines. There you go. We got all the plants. Good job.
I don't know why people just stand there and don't allow themselves to get burnt so that they can help out with the branches. I've seen a couple people doing that. Unless you're low health, of course.
I was finishing up the flower.
Same.
Hero.
So at this point, we do hero, and you use all your cooldowns to burn them down. If you have a potion, you use it as well.
Clean the rot. More will grow.
AOE incoming.
Now it's rinse and repeat, basically.
Destruction takes root.
I think I'm gonna have to. I don't know if I can use Feint or if I need to use Cloak
Shockwave.
on that the big poop. Because
AOE incoming.
that was a lot of damage to me. Let's see. Pretty sure that's what killed me. I just died outright from the.
All life turns to dust. Reap the torment.
Shadow Sorcerers and Sorcerer.
Is there
Well, I
anything
guess I was just
Start
low.
stunning them.
AOE incoming.
Torment spreads.
Watch out for that.
Destruction takes root. The dark.
I can't remember if I had to run through the poop or not.
Shockwave.
Maybe it's I had to run through poop and that's what killed me.
AOE incoming.
All life turns to dust. Shadow and flame take root.
I wonder how far am I behind in here?
Scourge the earth.
Okay. We got a lot further than last time.
Pretty decently behind. I'm at 15 eye levels. Behind the upper half.
But you saw our DPS was dead, so basically the plants weren't dying and we got overrun by them.
89k.
So if our DPS falls down, if our DPS dies, then the plants will get too strong and will be overridden.
Three people died like less than a minute in.
Okay, that was not me. I did the after the first roots.
Yeah, I died doing one of the big circles.
Are you guys getting aggro on those plants and that's why you're dying early?
Me personally, no, I wasn't.
No.
I was doing mechanics and I was just out
I'm
in the
talking
open.
about the
And
three people that died early.
Sorry.
Menja, Skarsgård, and Carabito. What killed you?
Big red circle.
Okay, the big red circle killed. Okay. It wasn't the ad.
No.
It was big
Okay.
red.
I'm gonna
I
just
mean,
try
that's
and
that's
see if
the circle. That's the circle that lights you on fire, so you can burn branches, right? That's the one you're
No,
talking about.
no, that's the big red circle where you set it on the plant and the plants
Oh
pop
yeah,
up.
yeah, got you.
The small circle, you stand in it and it hits, and then you run around killing the branches.
Maybe use turtle.
So when the big red circle came out, was it that you had it, or was it that someone else had it?
I had it.
I had it.
I had it.
Dropped, it dropped off of me, and I dropped it on some plants.
And then, were you able to actually get out of the circle, or you died right after that?
The previous time that this happened to me, I was right at the edge, almost out of it. And this time, I think I got halfway across it, and it did me
So
in.
you were low health already.
I
Probably yes, because I only got a step or two and I died.
I'll keep an eye on that too, and I'll try to turtle, but that's a 2-minute cooldown. But yeah.
If it
Don't
saves you,
turtle,
it saves you.
don't turtle. Use
Yep.
your, what is that called? Exhilaration, I think it's called. Exhilaration is a hot, right?
Yeah, there should be a healing spell for the hunters.
Yeah, I think exhilaration is a hot. So basically, use that. That's also like a 2-minute cooldown, but you use that, and it's since it's a hot, it'll last long enough for you to get out of the circle. You get it?
You only get 30% of your total health, and then 16% of your maximum health over 8 seconds.
Yeah, it's a hot. So you should be able to get out of that circle with no trouble. And also you should also have the other one, the Hellstone, and the Survival of the Fittest, and you also have the other one,
Spirit Man.
Spirit Man.
Fortitude of the Bear.
They're all right next to each other.
Yeah. So the idea is that as soon as you notice, healing potion. As soon as you notice that you have the circle, take something, do something. Don't wait for the healer to heal you. As long as it's not the 3-minute cooldown, you're fine, because the 3-minute cooldown is when, it's for oh shit moments. But try to use something small, like the Healthstone. Okay?
Yep.
Aeriwen? Why'd
Yep.
you die a minute in?
I died to the poop. I can't remember if I ran through poop and then died to the big circle and then couldn't get out. I don't know. It was around the time of a big circle.
Alright, you don't need me to tell you how to get out of shit, so...
Yeah. I got a plan for next time.
Hey, Green?
Yeah?
Yeah, you're gonna have to pick all the healers, dude. I mean, their healing's not better than mine. They're below the tank.
Shut up, man. Shut up. I noticed that already. Shut up.
Oh, I killed myself early because there was only 3 people left.
He just is going to continue healing himself.
I'm just keeping my stamina up for the one. I don't know what the fuck I just said, but it's all good.
Wait a minute.
I can't do this. Too much pain, Green. I'll be back maybe later.
You gone?
Yeah, my lower back is burning like sin, and I have a patch on it, and I took medicine, and sorry, but it hurts. It's hard to concentrate with that.
He'll have to watch his blood sugar. He's part diabetic. I guess it wouldn't be part. He's just a type 2.
I'll be right back. Kyle.
Alright, so Carabito stepped out. Pull in this DH or HD Havoc Demon Hunter. Hey, a priest. Okay. Volker buff. Looks like everybody's ready except Hunka. Are you okay, Hunka?
She said AFK.
Says she.
I didn't hear her, sorry.
But she said she had to go bathroom.
Cujo, you're tiny.
No, you guys are giant.
You're smaller than my big toe.
I noticed that. I'm even smaller than the ankle of a companion.
Watch your pixels. Your whole body is in 1 pixel of something on the floor. You're ghosty.
What do you normally give PI to? Power infusion, I think that is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you normally give it to? You give it to the healer or you give it to a DPS?
Highest DPS.
Highest DPS? It's like Jaggerin is the highest DPS.
I'm back.
Rogues. I mean, well, we don't have mage. Usually just highest DPS minus a hunter, because typically hunters are self-efficient.
It doesn't really matter about the slow guitar. You could probably the capacitor totem is more powerful because it stuns you.
Okay, I'll keep popping that.
Do we have a druid? Do we have a pumpkin? Or no.
Why we need a boomkin?
Pushbacks. They in our guild they push them back.
Oh. Well, that's good if you're like not cleaving them down, but we're cleaving them down. So I'd
Yeah,
rather
that's-
get them stunned, you know. So the mass stun effects that the warlocks have, and the ones that the shaman has, things like that.
Gotcha.
Also, the Draktyr have their tail swipe. So if they see something like it's getting too fucked up, they can do tail swipe and knock shit down that way. I think it's tail swipe. Ready, check to go.
Open mic.
Conserve with me, it's not a big deal. Alright, starting full.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is only darkness and
AOE incoming.
destruction takes root.
Range stack up for heals.
Shockwave.
Get out of that cleave.
AOE incoming.
Plants are up, start stunning them once they get to the boss.
AOE incoming.
Leave them down, please. Hit them as hard as you can.
Flourish and destruction takes root. The dark
Oh god.
must be
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Stun the new set.
shadow and flame take root. My enemies scorn the earth.
I'm down, pick me up.
Broken.
It's when we do hero, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Potions if you have any.
More will grow.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Don't take
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Kill the soil with blood. All life turns to dust. The fertile ground.
Shockwave.
Heads are incoming.
AOE incoming.
Reap the torment! Destruction takes root! The dark god must be
Demonius. Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Still got plants up around me. I can't help with the vines.
AOE incoming.
destruction takes root.
Potions again if you have them. Or whatever you got.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Shots are up. Leave as much as you can.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root. The dark god.
Lots of ads that are planted near him.
Shockwave.
So be careful.
AOE incoming.
Fertile ground. All life turns to dust. Shadow and flame take root.
Stun them if you can. That's a lot. Jesus. So yeah, the ones that are next to him have to go down as well.
Yeah, I don't think we popped enough of the ones out to the side earlier enough.
Less agony.
Much better attempt, though. Do we want to designate some spots for a range to stack?
I mean, they can stack on where the flags are, right?
Just a general, like, have the sense of mind to clump together, because when you're a straggler off by yourself, you are going to die. Or you have a higher chance of dying.
And the priest left.
yeah, we like evokers are pretty strong for AoE healing, so that's even more important. Good point.
I'm gonna grab a quick cup of coffee right now.
I can switch my druid if you want some more direct heals and breeze. It's up to you guys.
I think DPS that stay alive is more important.
Yeah, roger that.
$200k DPS. Jesus.
Coffee good.
Weeping, you did 14% of the damage for the whole raid. Fantastic.
Take it.
Weeping did 14% of the damage on that last fight.
How is he pulling out so much damage?
I have no idea. It's ridiculous.
AoE Demon Hunters rock, man.
Yeah. Demon Hunters are cracked tanks, DPS, and in PvP and for like all content.
Mostly, it's mostly immolation aura.
So Green, I'm not feeling so hot. I think I'll be leaving. Let's get this boss down, and then I gotta go.
I need to repair. Does anybody have a repair bot?
Should be one upstairs, up the stairs somewhere.
It's at the entrance, isn't it?
Hmm?
Yeah, there's repair at the entrance.
I'll run to the entrance. I'm at 15%, so yeah, it's not really helpful.
Yeah, and Fulgur's at 44. Light Dragon 55. Victor at 46. A whole bunch of people are way down there.
But I'm serious, give me an augmentation, enhancement shaman, PI, and a lust. Game over.
As a mage, what's 63? He's 4 heroic. Let's give him a shot. The mage buff in here.
There is a bleed in this fight that healers should also be dispelling. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it's damage nonetheless. I'm gonna link it in raid chat. So if you can dispel bleeds, please do so. Double check your buffs.
But what happens when you die in the middle of 3 healers when they say stack and you're with them?
Then they don't like you personally. Did that happen
Okay,
to
I
you?
get that idea now.
Get better.
Yeah, just last pull, I had 3 healers around me and I died in the middle of them.
Oh, bro.
Skill
I
gap.
don't think I was one of those healers.
Need a
It's
picture
a
of it
hunter
happening.
thing. I know. It's a
You
hunter
was
thing.
You need to send the healers some candies or something.
Prove it.
For a sacrifice we were willing to make.
Bro, you say one bad thing, I swear to God, the Jack Thier furry suit comes on.
Who's the tiny turkey?
Cujo.
Sorry, man. I'm not in a rush to die. I'm learning to fight. So
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is only darkness.
I'm one of these people that basically thinks, I've been playing this game for the last 15 years. I've wasted enough of my life. I don't need anybody telling me what to do and what not to do. So if you have a problem with it, you can step out, or you can enjoy yourself. I don't give a fuck either way.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Victor, why are you just chilling over there? Any reason? Lancer incoming.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root. The dark garden must feed.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Lancer's still alive. Try to kill him. Bring him in under the boss.
Shadow and flame take root. My roots scorch the earth.
AoE these plants down. Come on. Don't stand in the fire if you're not going to be burning branches. Get that circle. Alright, hero. Sorry, Cujo, man. I almost got you.
I had it left was my spirit mending. I used it. Wasn't enough.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root. Inferno must bloom.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Kill the soil with blood.
Okay, so I'm gonna see here. Oh wait, we got that one. We're not splitting up very good.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Torment spreads. Reap the torment. Destruction takes root. The
We
dark
should get these this time.
Shockwave.
No, no, they're not gonna get it.
AOE incoming.
Innervate on Light Dragon.
All life turns to
Dead.
scorched.
Gave you the innovate before I died, though.
Shadow and flame take root. My roots.
I was giving him the innovate.
Fertile ground.
I'm gonna run out of the roots.
Fertile ground.
Don't release if you want a battle res.
I need to repair.
My goods are of the highest.
I think a lot of people do.
I would like a battle res.
Yeah, step out, then step back in. You can res, or I mean repair.
There's a repair like right here.
I didn't think she was up yet until we killed the first boss.
Yeah, Miscellania.
Somebody res me on the opposite side.
And I was like, what? Wait. It just spawned me running across.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Praise the year now. Thank you for saying that she in that instance.
I noticed, because I was dead and I had time to do so, that we weren't getting all 4 legs of the lashers. Each time we seemed to, some people were just running off in the middle of nowhere instead of trying to get lashers. So just wanted to point that out.
Do you guys understand what he's talking about? Basically, with the big red circles, you just don't drop them in an empty field. You have to actually put them on top of the plants. The plants will actually pop up out of the big red circle, and you need to do that so that we can actually come down. Hunka, you gonna step out? You said you were feeling not. You weren't.
I want to wait till we get this boss down. I have confidence.
target my companion and hit /sleep.
Are we on break? Oh, I was just checking.
Please, if you haven't eaten, double check your room. Everyone is ready. Starting the phone.
Evokers, you guys could dispel bleeds with me this
5,
time. Keep your eyes
4,
up.
3, 2, 1.
There is only darkness and pain.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Up those plants.
Reap the torment.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Reap the torment. Destruction takes root. The dark garden must feed.
Shockwave.
Reap the
AOE
torment.
incoming.
All life turns to dust. Shadow and flame take root.
That was basically perfect.
Still got a couple plants up. Get those circles. Go through it quick.
Broken. Fertile ground.
Hero.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Shockwave. AOE incoming. One more.
All life turns to dust. Fertile ground.
Shockwave.
The pain.
AOE incoming.
Torment spreads. Reap the torment. Destruction takes root. The dark garden must feed.
Shockwave.
Flesh.
No plant left.
AOE incoming.
That's great.
Shadow and flame take root. My roots scourge the earth scourged.
Look for the circles. Get in them.
Snap!
Get ready to use potions after this. Potions. Too many dead.
Clean the rot. More will grow.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root. The inferno must bloom.
Shockwave.
The pain.
AOE incoming.
Don't know why.
Kill the soil with blood.
I'm in my office and I have my office computer, work computer, over on the left. And it's Apple. And one of the things it'll do is when you go to log in, it'll unlock.
Shockwave.
It'll unlock the computer if I'm wearing my Apple Watch. And for some reason, sitting here now, it just keeps the computer will go to sleep, and then I'll get the little notification on my watch that it's unlocking the computer, and the screen will come back on for some reason. I have no idea why it keeps doing that. So weird.
AOE incoming.
Repair.
And that was better, yeah. 30%.
I saw 28.
Farewell.
Oh, I hate this stupid button. I never want to disable an add-on, Mr. Freaking WoW. Is it working now? Great skill master requires reload. Alright. So annoying. Ugh, my nose is so stuffed up.
Nobody died early, which is good. Everybody, it was like 2 minutes in before the first death. So that means a lot of people are doing a little bit better using their personal cooldowns.
Okay. Would you move me to group 3?
Yeah, I had to move you. I'll move you back to group 5. There you go.
Food in front of you cracking, don't let it go away. I'm gonna run bio. I've been pacing my bio breaks.
All right.
Less sips off the coffee.
Yeah, I thought so. I don't have anything that can do a mass stun, or else I would be doing it too.
Is it? What was it saying? Deaths. Damage. 40k. That doesn't sound right. How do I go from 100k to 40k? 70k.
I don't know. One of the evokers is asking if the other evokers have stun with their deep breath.
What happened to Victor?
He had to step out. He had previous engagement.
Alright, 8. Well, oh my god. Somebody put a portal over the soul well.
Where does it go?
That's a very good.
Yeah, I'm seeing it off to the side.
Took me back to Valtraxon, the main city, wherever that is.
Sucker.
Well, at least it's not a Dalaran port.
Dollar and
I
creator.
invited a warlock, but the warlock didn't take the invite, so I don't know.
I'm here.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm here.
Sorry, man. I didn't see you. You're in group 3.
Hey, Smelly.
Smell my rocks.
Do you still need a summons, Aeriwen?
Yes.
All right. So can you set up a portal for him?
I did not mean to put that on the soul well.
And don't worry about it. I'll take that. This one's Aeriwen. I'm gonna click it. Thank you. All right, so we've gotten down to around what, 28%? Is there anything that you guys are doing that you didn't realize that you did wrong? Anything that killed you? Let's put it that way.
Fell rushing into the middle while he's doing the roofing? Yeah. Not a good idea.
Make sure that you have your mitigation abilities lined up in an easy place that you can actually click on them real quick, or you can go to them real quick. don't have them all spread out on your bars, because that's just, you know, silly, because then you go slower. Way down Skarsgård.
Sorry, I was looking at an email.
Healing, do you feel like you're okay? Do you need more heals, or are you fine?
Not at all. Healing's pretty easy.
All right.
Yeah, it feels alright.
Ready, check to go. I think everybody said they were ready. Gonna start the pull.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is only darkness and pain.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Shockwave.
Always goes for me.
AOE incoming.
Up the plants.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Jeez, I would pop cheap dead on that.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
I'm down. Those little ads are eating people. You need to get aggro on them. I'm dead.
2 minutes.
I don't think we can do that with 2 minutes. Go.
Do you want to wipe?
Just use it in the test. See if you can do it.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Shockwave. AOE incoming. Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Flourish. Destruction takes root. The dark garden must be.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
shadow and flame take root. Endless
Yeah, Shadow
agony.
Spines did 410k damage to me.
That's the dispellable bleed that I was talking about earlier. Not every healer can dispel bleeds, though.
I'm not getting anything to tell me to dispel it.
760k.
I'm not either. I can dispel bleeds. If somebody gets it and needs it dispelled, say your name out loud real fast and I'll dispel you.
Because it shows up for me on my decursive.
I was gonna say decursive should.
I show dispels. I use helium. I see dispel. I see curses, but I don't see when I need who I need to do bleeds on.
Damn.
There's probably a setting that you can change. You gotta.
Let me look. Let me look real fast. I'll look real quick. 'Cause I
The
can do it on demand.
the default raid frames will show you anything that you can dispel. It won't show you things you can't dispel.
I personally like this decursive because it gives you the button. It shows you what it is that. It shows you the person has the debuff, and you just click on the little square and basically you dispel it. So you don't even have to think about it. Lazy dispelling, you know.
That's why I use it. Does a Taco Bell ding and you look and click.
I want a 5-layer burrito now. You mentioned Taco Bell.
You're welcome.
Jury, you're down to 37%. Flint Finder's down to 35%.
There's a repair vendor at the entrance to the raid. To the right, just as you enter. Eeh. Just realize I'm the lowest level, eye level. It's my latency. Latency ain't bad.
Give me a minute. Let me look at something. Let's summon Vix.
Some of that vapor rub.
Yep.
I don't have a target.
Have 2 shamans. Maybe the extra shaman will help with the stuns. You know. He has to have capacity totem.
Good idea.
I always just treat ads like it's PvP. Like, I'll do as much CC as possible on them. Anything helps, stuns, whatever.
What'd you say that was? Decursive?
Yeah, decursive is the add-on.
Decursive basically gives you a small, a set of windows, and you can make them really, really small. You don't even have to see the name. They light up, and then all you got to do is click on the one that lights up with your mouse, left or right mouse key, depending on what it is. Like if it's a poison, it would be left. If it's a curse, it would be right. Everybody has a different setup, so it makes it really simple. You don't have to look at the names. You don't have to. You just know that as soon as it lights up, it's something that you can get rid of. One of the older add-ons. It used to be, it was actually easier before. It would give you a list of names, and it would give a priority. So if you set up like tanks first and the healers second, it used to let you do that.
I put a screenshot in comparison to my map title there of what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly like that. And it used to be actually easier, but then Blizzard said, no, this is too easy for you guys. So they nerfed it. They said, no, you can't do that name shit, priority shit anymore. Now you have to be the one that decides. So it's already been nerfed to the ground.
Way to know the difference between tank is if someone mocks the tank, then they show it mock on the add-on.
The little window, yeah.
Yeah, the little window.
Yeah, the take square will have the corresponding marker to it.
All right. Double check all the buffs.
Yeah, the way mine's set up, it's separated in the groups. So the first top 5 are group 1, then Kraken's group's the next ones.
I haven't set it up in group. I just have it how they have it set up.
Yeah,
that's how
I didn't set mine up either. Roots is not ready.
Just 2 seconds.
Hey Green, have you watched the show Leave the World Behind on Netflix?
I don't have Netflix anymore. My sister-in-law had it, and when they stopped the sharing thing, I couldn't use it anymore. So, not using Netflix. What's the show about?
Well, it's kind of hard to explain. Something's going on in the world, and all the communications are broken down, and weird things are happening.
Oh, that's that sounds like the what is it called? The Christians and Catholics believe.
No, I don't think so.
It's not.
No, I don't think so.
Where
I don't-
God comes along and picks everybody up.
Yeah, no,
The
it doesn't
rapture?
have any religious overtones.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the rapture?
The Rapture, yeah, that's what it sounds like. There's a lot of those Christian types movies out there and shows out there that they try to hide it, but they're there.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a whole like book series and now a TV series called Left Behind. It's all basically that's the premise of it.
Left behind, but this is called Leave the World Behind. I don't think. I mean, so far it doesn't.
I was watching on Apple Plus because I have free access to it for seven days. I was watching Beacon 23, I think it was, and the Monarch series.
Yeah, that one's pretty good.
I've been watching the remake of Quantum Leap.
Ray, check to go. We need warrior buff, Dory, if you can.
Evokers, put your source of magic on a healer, please.
Try to use.
Yeah, have a talent.
Try to use a flask if you can.
Light dragon needs a source of magic.
I have versatility files. If people don't have anything, you can open up a trade with me and I can give you a file. It only lasts for 30 minutes though.
Can I get a buff, please? From the evoker. Either one of you guys, just put it on me. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah,
I had to change spec.
Oh, if you're not rolling it, that's fine. I'm not.
Yeah, I wasn't rolling it.
I'm not gonna force you. I'm not gonna
Nope.
force you to do anything. No.
Nope, already did it.
Brute, you ready?
Yeah, I'm cool.
No,
that's not on hold.
no. I hope he's on Discord. All right, I'm gonna start the poll. Is that all right?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is only darkness and pain.
AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Shockwave.
Once he doesn't shockwave on me. Shun the non-believer.
Someone went to the same group as me.
Shockwave.
Stun as much as you can.
AOE incoming.
Good, they're all dead except for 2 that I see. Now a few new ones are coming out.
Bomani. Shockwave. AOE incoming.
All life turns to dust. Shadow and flame take root. Roots scorn the earth.
Fucking stuck in one of these, in this circle in the middle. Pull me out. Or something.
Yeah, welcome to.
I still got a couple ads on me.
I got stuck in the circle in the middle. I couldn't come out.
We were healing you.
Ah, fuck, I died because I touched the center.
Yeah, that center is fucked up.
Well, I
It
flew
tells
over
you in
to
the
you to
video
heal you.
that you're not supposed to go underneath something.
Zero.
Say it again, Kraken. I'm sorry.
Dispel scuff.
Yeah, flying in to rescue you killed us.
AOE incoming.
Let's wipe it. There's no point in keep on
All
going.
right.
We know that we don't have the DPS.
Destruction takes root.
I'll go a little bit faster this time.
Shockwave.
We
AOE incoming.
Stop healing.
All life turns to dust.
Anyhow, I think it was Hazel's video. She tells you not to stand underneath him during that time because it's sticky stuff.
That's why I said don't fell rush into them underneath him when he's doing the root thing.
I died twice to that shit. I didn't even realize that it was that.
Yep,
Yeah,
insta
it
death.
does a lot of damage.
One thing I have noticed is just a slight tweak. The small swirlies that we soak to get the fire to put out, to burn the roots. If everybody can kind of stand in the side of the circle, the direction you're going to run afterwards, that way we can kind of pre-plan, because what ends up happening is everybody picks the same direction, because nobody knows which way you're going. So kind of pick the side of the circle, the direction you're going to go, and kind of telegraph that.
I've been doing that. I've been pushing W and S keys, humping in the direction that I'm going to go, so it should be obvious. That's a great idea, Arwen.
Yeah, I get to the edge of the circle where I'm gonna fell rush out because I try to get to the other side of the route.
Well, we lost all our pugs.
That's fine.
Weak.
I only got one more pool left though. Me and Blood.
Yeah, we gotta go to a party.
Wait, are you inviting me or no? God damn it, man! You gotta invite me to parties. I don't have any friends.
Sure. Hop in your jet, come to Calgary.
I am in Calgary. Where's the party?
Fuck, a lot of snow today, eh, Kraken?
I haven't looked outside that much. When I did, it didn't look like much.
I'll be there.
Well, if we're gonna call early, when you guys leave, I guess. We got 4 people that basically are not here at that point.
We did not too bad for only having like 5 pulls on this boss.
Yeah. Oh, we're learning the fights. That's what progression is about. It's about learning the fights, seeing what it is that you're doing wrong. People that get upset that we're taking a long time to do things, they've lost their patience. They expect everything handed to them. You know.
Are you supposed to be handed things in this game?
Exactly.
I mean, have you played Classic? Back in the day, nothing was given to you. When you got your first green item, you felt special. When you got your first blue item, oh my god. You had all epics, you were a king. You had a legendary, you were a legend.
I remember I got my first epic in what's the long ass dungeon with 13 bosses?
Black Rock Depths.
Black Rock.
Yeah, I was with my gold, and I got a ring, and it was a purple, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna sell this and do this and that and do that." I'm like, "But I want it. It's soulbound to me. How am I gonna sell it?" And they're like, "Oh, okay. Well, congratulations." It was the funniest thing in the world. They automatically assumed it was gonna be for the guild.
Yep. You want to know how you got stuff handed to you? Main raid tank. You got everything first.
Yeah, and then you pass it down. As a druid, I had to wait until after the rogues got their gear to get gear.
Yeah, that was one back when you actually had to hit slash roll and the main and the guild the guild leader or tank leader hands out.
And any defense gear automatically, even if it was leather, it would go to the tank. It was like, what the fuck, man? It's leather. You can't use that. And he's like, no, I can use it. It's defense. I need it.
Yep. Warriors with a healing set.
Yeah.
5, 4,
But I saw some rogues with all defense gear, and it was incredible because they could stay there and not die, you know? Or they had a full like dodge and defense set. And they would never fucking die.
Shockwave. AOE incoming. Bombard.
And I'm dead.
Guess I pulled aggro off of you? Is that why I died?
No, poop.
AOE incoming.
But there was nothing in the center.
I couldn't get to you, Arwen. That's why you died.
It's fine. I'm super low eye level.
The Dark Garden must feed.
Shockwave.
Oh, nice place to drop that.
I think it died right there and it just dropped it.
Scorched.
Because it dropped really early.
All life turns to dust.
That like a new achievement, make the Mickey Mouse face.
Endless agony.
There was one in the center, two on the sides. They look like Mickey Mouse ears.
Be careful.
Yeah. Remember to repair. We'll try one more time. We'll call it like in 5 minutes if after this, all right? If we can't get it down.
Yep.
Last pull, so that means we kill it now.
Oh, I hope so.
That's what happened with the Pyrak one.
Yeah.
Alethea and H-Town had to go and we killed it.
That was our first time they killed it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the second time we killed it. We basically killed it Wednesday. It was so quick.
One shot everything, then 2 shot Ferret. It's a good run.
Did you guys went on your run? I wasn't able to go. I had gone to dialysis. Did you guys go with your guild?
Yeah, we got to Ferret and then we called it.
I'll be like that this Saturday as well. I won't be able to make it. I'm going to dialysis, but I'll be able to make it Sunday if everything is all right. I'm gonna make the alt run.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There is only darkness and
AOE incoming.
destruction takes root.
Shockwave. AOE incoming. Bombard.
All life turns to dust. Flourish and feast.
Something.
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
Destruction takes root.
Oh, it's a lot of lashers.
Must be
Shockwave. AOE incoming.
all life turns to dust. Shadow and flame take root. My roots scorch the earth.
Arrow.
AOE incoming.
No, how are you getting aggroed?
Shockwave. AOE incoming. Bombard.
All life turns to dust. Reap the torment.
Shockwave.
The pain.
AOE incoming.
Torment spreads. Destruction takes root. The dark garden must feed.
Shockwave.
Flesh. Reap the
AOE
torment.
incoming.
Scorched. All
Well,
life turns to
that's it, guys.
dust.
Yeah, we had some good attempts.
Shadow and flame take root.
We got him down to, it says 56, halfway. Our lowest was what, 29, 30? I think we would do a lot better when we have our whole team together, you know? So hopefully next Friday, because we'll do normal one more time on Wednesday. Hopefully next Friday we will have it down, and we'll be able to get him down. Few people
Yeah.
still need their tier pieces, right?
Yeah, I'm 2 out of 5.
Yeah, so we'll do normal. See if we can get some more people their tier, the last 2 pieces of the tier, and hopefully that way we can stop doing normal and we can go into heroic.
Incoming.
I actually had to switch my new weapon. The old weapon I had was overpowered, I think, and basically I had to switch back to the old weapon.
Incoming. Run. Somebody aggroed.
Oh, I actually stepped out. So
Oh, snap.
The air around the wellspring of life
I
grows
called it
thick with
early.
enemy
Sorry.
combatants. Take to the
Night, guys.
skies and disrupt them however
We're
you can.
2 hours early, but 2 hours, an hour.
What time we normally quit? Like 45 minutes from now?
40. And normally we call it at 12 midnight, my time. So that would be an hour, 15 minutes early, something. Basic.
Okay.
Bad. And we got some good pulls, and we learned a few things about that boss. So hopefully next week will be a little bit better.
Good night.
Good night. Take care. Hope you feel better.
You'll find no better in the city.
I have many lucky doos you like.
Yeah, good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
You guys you guys fly around and see those things called laden?
Yeah, we're gonna kick off for tonight. Thanks for sticking around, those of you who have. And maybe we'll do some more streaming. I don't know, maybe I might do some more this week, I'm not sure. Very non-committal response. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time.